So I want to dig into these housing start numbers. Before we talk about November, there were some pretty significant upward revisions to October. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, a little bit. It just makes the overall profile look more of one of improvement, especially fourth quarter versus third quarter. So, yeah, October was down, and call it 3%, 2.8%. Then they revised October up 1.7. Doesn't sound like a lot, but and now in November, of course, it fell 1.6% today. But it was an interesting report when you look at it regionally, because there's four basic regions. The South is always the biggest building goes on down there. Almost 50% of the housing starts in the country are built in the South. Anyway, it was a very cold November. Maybe that affected the South more than other areas of the country, because the South is where the decline came, down 19.5% housing starts in the South, where every other region, the other three regions, were all up. In fact, California, well, the West Coast, I just got back from California, the West Coast was up 28% housing starts. The Midwest up about 14%, and the Northeast here, even though it was freezing, somehow housing starts went up 8% in November. So it was really just the South that dinged the number. You know, I mean, we can, I guess part of the problem is the Fed looks at housing starts and say, we're not where we were prior to the recession, where other things like consumer confidence now is back to where it was prior to the recession. Auto sales are running about 17 million, back to where they were. Well, during the housing bubble, we built 2 million homes per year. We're not going to get back there anytime soon.